All right, so I'm doing two videos from BCB. I'm doing the one 7 days ago, and I'm doing the one today. So I got two videos that just came out today, and the video that came out 7 days ago. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first video. This is about the evisceration of the next generation. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black Couch Booking here with a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. I promise you will not be disappointed. And if you're old to the channel, Couch Crew, what's going on, man? Hope you guys are ready for a brand new upload, a banger as usual. Please follow me on Instagram at Real Black Couch Booking. Really looking forward to, reaching 1,000 followers on Instagram. Please join my Discord. Links in the description down below where the realest wrestling fans have the realest conversations. And last but not least, I have an exclusive Patreon where I'm dropping fire content. You guys will not be disappointed. Everybody's been loving it. We're at 16 members right now, all paid, well, mostly paid memberships. I got some free members on there, but they're going to transition to the paid membership soon so they can get all the exclusive benefits. But I thank you guys for the love and support anyway. So I hope you guys are ready for more bangers on the Patreon and on the YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing twice the work. So I would love for you guys to really tap in and really, rock with your boy and get some of this really, really good content I have for y'all. So, other than that, we're here with this video, another evisceration video, part of the evisceration series. I have a playlist on my channel. Go check it out on my channel so you can see the other playlists as well. Come on, y'all, don't be lazy. I got some good content on there. But before I get into it, let me say this, right? This is gonna fall on deaf ears, but this is my opinion. I respect everybody's opinion, whether you agree with me, disagree with me. I don't make content to try to convince people to have my opinion. I want to build a community where we can all have our own opinions and share them, and then, talk to each other in a calm manner, not be a toxic community, not call each other marks and all the other things, but that's gonna fall on deaf ears. I genuinely want to build a community where we can have fun, where we can share different ideas, and even when we don't agree, we still be cool, bruh. I didn't used to like Lyra Valkyria. A lot of y'all was sharing your opinion. I did more research. I kept watching her, and I grew to like Lyra Valkyria. I wish the relationship could go both ways. I know how John Cena feels now, but it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna cry about it. It is what it is, man. Like I said, I really do enjoy making content for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy the content that I'm making because, it really makes me happy to do that for y'all. But let's get right into it now. Sorry for the long introduction. I know people going to call me a mark anyway. That's life. People, don't gotta like you all the time. Let them be part of the toxic community. So, the evisceration of the next generation. Man, I couldn't just pinpoint one person. I already made an evisceration of Austin Theory video. I've talked about Zoe Stark, having wasted potential, but I gotta follow up on it. Austin Theory losing to Sheamus on Monday Night Raw was nasty, not because Sheamus is a bum. It's because didn't need that. He could have came back and beat anybody, bro. He could have came back and beat up on Pete Dunne or Tyler Bate or JD McDonough is back to get beat up on. But Austin Theory's booking since Vince McMahon has left has been atrocious to me. Triple H tried to, revamp him, have him cash in the Money in the Bank on United States champion Seth Rollins at the time, which is really dumb. But I understood why he did it because they were booked into a corner because Triple H didn't want Austin Theory to successfully cash in, where Vince McMahon was for sure going to let him successfully cash in. But all right, forget all that. And you let him win the tag team championships at WrestleMania, the SmackDown tag team champion. So I can't say that he's been trashing Austin Theory the whole time, but since Grayson Waller and Austin Theory lost to DIY. Listen, bro, the story should be Grayson Waller and Austin Theory break up, turn Theory face. It's so easy and it's so simple, but we've been in this story for damn near 2 years. So how am I supposed to feel about that? And I say, you let them cook, let them do what they do. Sometimes, you gotta let them play out, bro. It's been a 2 year story. All right. And I'll speak for myself. I won't speak for everybody. I won't say, well, nobody's invested. I'm not invested. There you have it. I'm not invested. My opinion. And I'm invested because I like Austin Theory, but I'm not invested in the story because the story isn't consistent. They'll have a couple of weeks run where Austin Theory and Grayson Waller bumping heads. Grayson Waller don't help Austin Theory. Austin Theory yeets, but then he's like, oh, I'm not supposed to yeet or something like that. Then they just stop. This has been going on for almost 2 years, basically. Since after WrestleMania 40, this has been going on. Start, stop, start, stop. Oop, Theory finally about to turn face. No, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller back on good terms. Like, come on, like you can't like objectively, you can whatever your opinion is, cool. In my opinion, that's nonsense. For Austin Theory lose to Sheamus last night was unnecessary. One, because this isn't going anywhere. Yeah, Grayson Waller put Austin Theory in a bad position, but we're not going to get no payoff for this no time soon. We're not going to get a payoff for this no time soon. It's going to be the same thing, bro. Or they're going to rush it. If they do it properly, I give credit where credit is due. I don't got to be right all the time, but Austin Theory is a pillar of the future. Austin Theory is that guy, bro. Austin Theory is really like that. Austin Theory is one of those for real. He not a bum, bro. Former United States champion, former youngest Mr. Money in the Bank, had a WrestleMania match with John Cena, took a bump off top of the elimination pod F5 from Brock Lesnar. Super talented in the ring, all right on the mic. He can improve. A lot of people can improve. This guy could be one of your pillars for the future, but because Vince McMahon preferred him and liked him, you treat him like he ain't nothing. That is absolutely crazy, guys. This is a guy you should be using. And that's just Austin Theory. This is an issue with the future, period. Look at how they're doing Roxanne Perez. Now, a lot of y'all was calling me out. You mad that Roxanne Perez had a DQ finish to Rhea Ripley, but she also lost twice in a row to Io Sky. Well, I'm actually not mad at that. Io Sky is the champion. I would expect the champion to beat somebody. But yeah, her losing twice, taking the pin twice is nasty. Julia could have took one of them pins. Roxanne Perez is in a position where they think so low of her that if she's in a tag team match, she has to take the pin. Julia could take the pin. It's not going to hurt Julia. People are not even super duper invested in Julia anymore, which sucks because I like Julia a lot. But Stephanie Valkyrie has taken over that spot. So you would rather take the momentum away from Roxanne Perez, who you built up in the Royal Rumble, you built up in the Elimination Chamber, you was building up with Bayley until you just threw that out of the woods for no reason, and now she is nothing essentially. Now she's attacking people with Julia for no reason because why? Because oh, you had her with Cora Jade, but you let go of Cora Jade, so Roxanne got to be paired with somebody else. Roxanne Perez was in the perfect position to go straight to the main roster easily and just be a force on the main roster. I don't understand. There's people for her to beat up on the main roster that are faces. She could beat up on Maxine Dupree. She could have a match with Natalia in a respectful match and beat Natalia.
Well, the only thing that's going on right now is that Roxanne's talking to Finn about joining the Judgment Day. But I did say that these four might team up, and they also say that she might be the Women's World Champion in the future. But then they also saying that she might tag up with Raquel. So I guess we just have to wait and see. Um, but so far, I mean, Roxanne's getting that push, so that's good. We just got to see if she will get that Judgment Day push. That's what we got to wait for.
She doesn't have to be a part of this weird tag team thing. And listen, Roxanne, Julia, Io, and Rhea, between the four of them, some good cross matches, some good four-way cross matches, whether it be tag team, fatal four-way, triple threat, one-on-ones. That she had good matches with Rhea and Io Sky. Of course, it's Roxanne Perez. I expect nothing less. But as Lyra is about to go against Becky, whether she wins or loses, we expect Lyra to transition to the women's world championship division. Why wouldn't Roxanne Perez be next up for that women's IC title, a multi-time NXT women's champion? A woman who you could convince me that she could beat people on that Raw roster. Roxanne Perez could beat Ivy Nile. Roxanne Perez could beat a Maxine Dupree. Roxanne Perez could have a banger of a match with Natalia and beat her. Roxanne Perez could beat a Lyra Valkyria, perhaps. A good main card feud with Lyra Valkyria. Wouldn't that be interesting? Roxanne Perez has been in NXT for how long? She's proven that she got the chops. She had hella momentum when you guys had her on the main roster. And listen, I'm not giving up hope on these individuals. This is like a pre-evisceration video almost because I still think a couple of the people that I'm going to talk about in this video are going to be fine in the long run. It's just going to take some time for whatever reason. And this is my issue as well. The pay dues thing. Has she not paid her dues already? Roxanne Perez, she's lost on the main roster already. Is she not done paying dues? She still got to keep losing. She got to be the one to take the pins. Why? Why couldn't Julia take that pin in NXT in that tag team match? That actually would have added more fuel to the fire of this is recorded before the Julia versus Jordan Grace match, which I do think Jordan Grace is going to win. I don't know. I can't see the future. But let's say Julia wins. That could have added more fuel to the fire. I think Julia's going to lose and go to the main roster officially with Roxanne Perez. But like, why does Roxanne Perez got a DQ finish, pin? Why? Roxanne Perez is not a bum. She has more WWE accolades than Julia. I'm confused about that. And it's not like y'all about to put Julia on the main roster. Y'all about to have her going super crazy, bro. Ain't like y'all about to have her win a title or the Money in the Bank off the rip. Roxanne Perez, if not Lyra, Roxanne Perez should win the Money in the Bank.
No, Naomi got to win that, bro.
And you know what's crazy about this video being about the evisceration of the next generation? There are some people who are good as of right now. The Braun Breakers, the Tiffany Strattons, the Dominic Mysterios, but Dominic Mysterio was almost in a weird position as well, bro. Imagine if he wouldn't have won at WrestleMania. That would have been a very dumb decision. They made the right decision. But right before that, they had Dominic kind of in a weird situation where he was really just a boy toy for Liv Morgan. He wasn't in a lot of matches, but now they built him to a good position where we're very interested in what's going to happen between him and Finn Balor. So Dominic is good as of right now, but you never know what happens. And I'm not saying people need to have steady booking forever. There are lapses in time where people just go through weird booking and they gotta either job or put people over or whatever the case may be. Look at Sheamus's career. Speaking of Sheamus beating up on Austin Theory. There's one time where you thought, oh, Sheamus wasn't going to get nothing. Out of nowhere, he became a WWE champion again. So things like that happen, but we still have individuals who have been around doing this for decades, and that's fine. But by the time we get to 2030, it should be Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, Dominic Mysterio, a more mature Liv Morgan. Rhea Ripley is still relatively young. If you think about it, she's not even 30 yet. You know what I'm saying? But those people, that's good. But what about a Zoe Stark? And Zoe Stark's reasoning is the stupidest reasoning. The reason why Zoe Stark isn't being booked like the Tiffany Strattons and stuff like that is not a lack of talent. People are gonna say personality, blah blah blah. How do you know somebody's personality if they don't even give them a chance to show it? It's because of attractiveness. And when I say this, I mean attractiveness that's selling money, that's selling. Tiffany Stratton is it has the attractiveness that's gonna sell. That's the attractiveness of today. The blonde woman, nice body, lips, blah blah blah. Look at NXT. You can't say it's not a thing. All the women are the term over sexualized really depends on what you view over sexualization as. Just because they have certain gear to me, that don't mean they over sexualize because women's gear, what do you want the women to wrestle in? Like that's they have the little sports bra looking type thing with the tights, or they got the cut off short. Like that's just their attire. But like in an NXT where they literally Booker T is a horn dog on the announcing on the main roster where you know Tiffany's being suggestive and other women are being suggestive. Zoe Stark isn't like that. That don't mean she's not attractive though. She's attractive in my opinion. Everybody got their own opinion, right? She's like the girl next door, the Disney movie where she was the good friend all along that you should have been with instead for going after the popular girl. That's what Zoe Stark is. But she literally, everybody's been getting over on Twitter, social media, blah, blah, blah. Naomi, Jade, Bianca, Karrion Kross, etc. Zoe Stark is literally making her new character as we speak. Zoe Stark is creating a right to censor type of character where she's commenting on these women and their over sexualization. And is this a strip club or is this a wrestling ring? And they're literally not doing nothing with it yet. I know what you're gonna say with Black House. Why don't you wait, bruh? Wait for what? How long? Like she was on TV with Shayna Baszler. Now her tag team partner gone. Sonya Deville's gone. Give us the right to censor Zoe Stark, and you don't gotta be super hypersexual to sell. Becky Lynch, the man, literally called herself the man and was walking around with a leather jacket. She don't got no cheeks. She got pancakes.
Hey,
Hey, for that's so disrespectful, bro.
So why can't and Zoe Stark y'all compare Lyra to Becky because they from the same place and she's an influence, but Zoe Stark has the Becky Lynch, the man archetype, the leather jacket, the normal hair, the regular body, but she's very skilled. And Zoe Stark has personality. They just don't let her show the personality. So you can't tell me that like your whole thing is always going to be charisma vacuum, charisma vacuum. There are people in the top position right now that don't have charisma, bro. It's about being put in position to succeed. And I proved my point with the Lyra Valkyria stuff. Y'all was saying all this about Lyra Valkyria, but when given the opportunity to cut promos and have a story, it's actually good. Give Zoe Stark the opportunity. If Zoe Stark would have finished that story with Trish Stratus, I promise you she would have got over. I'm not saying they would have booked her to the highest degree, but she would have got over enough to where people have recognizability. Um, cheer for her when she come out, give it not I'm not saying a crazy pop, but like how we building the next generation of men and women if they're not on TV, they're not given an opportunity, and you give up on their booking. I'm not saying Triple H is responsible for that. Maybe Vince McMahon was still around with the whole Trish Stratus Zoe Stark thing, but I'm just saying, bro. Why would you want your whole archetype? There's two archetypes in WWE right now: the buff, strong woman, the sexy, feminine woman. Nia Jackson, people like that are like different. They're the outliers. Zoe Stark doesn't fit into either one of those right now. But that's not a bad thing. You need something different. That's why Nia Jax, the big strong woman, worked. You have the Biancas, the Jays, the Rheas, you have the Maxines, the Livs, the Tiffany's. Where's well, Tiffany's strong too, but Zoe, you need an outlier because it's interesting. In the world where we had the Charlotte Flairs, the Ronda Rouseys, we had a Becky Lynch to stand out from that. We have a Zoe Stark, but we're not using her because we're so caught up with advertising and selling and merch. That's fine, but you're gonna make money regardless. But for the sake of story progression, you need somebody like a Zoe Stark to be different. Now, Carmelo Hayes, right? This is one that all you have to do is book him like MVP. The Miz and Carmelo Hayes is literally the MVP in Matt Hardy's story, bar for bar, word for word. Y'all know I love me some Street Profits. Have them beat the Street Profits for the tag team championships. Have Carmelo Hayes then secure the United States Championship if Solo is to beat Jacob Fatu in the future. Have him have both titles. Have Trick come to the main roster. Miz and Melo drop the tag team titles. People think Trick is going to go after Carmelo's United States Championship, but Trick helps Melo retain against The Miz, and then Trick and Melo win the tag team championships. Very simple booking. Nothing too complex. Do I see that happening? Not really. I said Carmelo Hayes needs to beat Aleister Black. I can see Aleister Black kicking his ass, not gonna lie. But it's like you sign Aleister Black and Rusev guys that I love, but don't bury the younger talent. It's not even about to bury. Don't put the younger talent to the side because you're gonna need them in a few years. You just did budget cuts or releases, whatever you want to call it. You get rid of the fluff, you get rid of the things you're not gonna use, right? Whatever the case may be. Cool. So what about what you have remaining? It's not even about younger, right? It's about we've seen Sheamus for decades. I might be gassing, but y'all get what I'm saying. We've seen them since the 2010s. We've seen Charlotte just put over Tiffany. Good, great job. Hopefully Becky puts over Lyra. Or if she don't put over Lyra, then Lyra should go and win the Money in the Bank or whatever the case may be. We've seen who's going to be the next Seth Rollins? Who's going to be the next John Cena? That's what I'm thinking about. Who's going to be the next Seth Rollins? Who's going to be the next John Cena? Who's going to be next Roman Reigns? Who's going to be next Becky Lynch? Who's going to be next Charlotte Flair? We have to start answering these questions. Time. I literally could remember it like it's yesterday that Bianca Belair debuted on the main roster. I literally remember the man Becky Lynch just winning the both titles. I just literally remember Kofi Mania, bro. Time progresses quickly. Which one of these young guys are going to headline WrestleMania? It's going to be Braun Breaker. It's going to be Austin Theory. It's going to be Carmelo Hayes. Or is it going to be somebody who signed from another company? And I'm worried about NXT. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of worried. The people who I'm worried about in NXT a little bit, Wesley, y'all giving him the Ricochet treatment. He's a guy who, if you're not going to put him in the main roster, bro, let him go do something in TNA with Zachary Wentz. I'm worried about Wesley, bro. Kalani Jordan, I don't know what's going on with Kalani Jordan. Though she's going to turn heel, they canceled that. She's still going after the NXT Women's North American Championship. Why? Why? She was the first one and she lost. Move on. She should move up. And I'm not saying she don't gotta win. It's not about winning the NXT Women's Championship. It's about put her in that division. Cool, whatever. Jada Parker just lost at Stand and Deliver. Now she's fighting Carmen Petrovich because she told her she was done for being with Ashante. So they got to fight over that. Lola Vice. Finally, people remember she's on the roster. Like y'all think I'm picking these people because they're just my favorites and blah blah blah. I like mostly everyone in wrestling, but what I'm saying is, how do we progress? How are we going to progress to the next stage, guys? Like seriously, how do we progress to the next stage, to the next era of WWE if we don't build up the next generation? It's a slow build. Bro, some of these people have almost been here for 10 years, bro. If these people have been around for NXT 2.0, they've been around for a long time. Austin Theory was around since before NXT 2.0. He with the way, that was a while back, bro. Like seriously, he paid his dues already. When Vince McMahon brought him up, he wasn't automatically catered to. He was losing. He lost to Pat McAfee at WrestleMania. He was when he had the cell phone, he was calling people out. He didn't win every time he faced a veteran. He was losing some of those matches. Vince McMahon was slapping him around, treating him like a little hoe. He paid his dues. He don't gotta keep paying dues just because you don't like me, because you mad because old boy liked me better. Like, and I like Austin Theory a lot, bro. But that interview with Chris Van Fleet exposed a lot of things where he's willing to be patient. He's willing to go through that. This is my challenge to the next generation. Step up, voice your concerns, prove yourself. Back in the day, Triple H might not be that guy. TKO, Nick Khan might not be those type of guys, but I would still go for it. What else do you got to lose? You barely be used anyway, and you're getting jobbed out. Say, hey, I want to step up. I want to be like that. I'll do, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go. And I don't really like that booking. Can I offer a suggestion? Can I offer an idea? I don't know for sure, but I don't know if any of them are doing that. I think a lot of them are happy to get that bag. The minimum payment now is 300K, even for the lowest superstar. Supposedly that could be capped. But come on, man. I just want the product to be good. That's all. That's all I want, bro. I just want the good product. I'm not here to complain all the time. But I think a lot of these people need better opportunities, not just because they my favorites. Look at Angel and Berto. They've been around for mad long, bro. Why shouldn't they have an opportunity to be tag team champions? Pretty Deadly been around for a minute and they got over, but now there's nothing for them. Not saying they should take the belts off the Street Profits, but I'm just saying like now they gotta lose to Fraxium. Shout out to Fraxium, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like when people have momentum, I think they should be rewarded for momentum. At least big spots. They had a champion. The Pretty Daily had a championship match, but come on, man. They should have had a match at WrestleMania. It should have been a four-way TLC match at WrestleMania. We got to build the next generation, man. That's all I'm saying. I know a lot of y'all gonna disagree, and I'm not complaining, bro. I'm just stating my opinion. But whatever, y'all gonna say what y'all want to say about me, bro. I don't really care. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for love, support as always. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and I just want wrestling to be great, bro. I'm not, bruh, like, I'm not trying to be nitpicky, but I think I need these young guys to fight back a little bit. I know they don't want to get in trouble. Like Trick Williams, I was worried. I'm still kind of worried, but I think I kind of know what they're trying to do. Trick Williams is going to be the Booker T of NXT, where I could see him winning the title one more time. Perhaps it might not happen before he go to the main roster, but it could happen. And then he'll go to the main roster and win one championship or something, one world championship. I could see something like that happening for real. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Talk to y'all later. Peace out.
All right, so at least we got some backup plans for them. But yeah, I mean, Trick, Zoe, all carrying across Dom. I mean, hopefully they have some plans, but in the near future. But right now, let's talk about the women's division when it comes down to fractions and tag team divisions. And I think this might be the most important one because we still trying to figure out what they're going to do with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. And let's just see what this video takes us.
Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black Couch Booking here with a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. I promise you will not be disappointed. And if you're old to the channel, Couch Crew, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a great day today. Please follow me on Instagram at Real Black Couch Booking. Please join my Discord. The link should be in the description down below. Guys, it's been a very interesting few couple of days. You know, and shout out to y'all for reaching out, in the comment section, the community tab, Discord, DMs. I had to, man, I had to attend a funeral service on Monday, yesterday. My Patreon got deleted, which I'm still trying to figure out the details. It might be my fault, so I can't even be mad. And on top of that, I'm back to work in my 9 to 5, and I got 250 emails that I need to respond to and a whole bunch of work tasks. So I haven't been feeling, really feeling it the last few days. I uploaded my YouTube shorts late today on Monday because it's just been a lot going on. Just trying to get back to some normalcy. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. Real talk. Without y'all, I wouldn't be here. Y'all know I love making content for the community. So I sincerely thank you. The Patreon will return in June. And I'm ready to just keep cranking out this content, and I'm ready to hit that 10,000 sub mark because that's only the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's just going to take us to the next level. But I'm coming at y'all with this interesting idea today, and as soon as I seen the Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss segment, that's immediately I had this idea, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to drop this. So Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and in my opinion, Becky Lynch have the opportunity to really help elevate the women's division even more, and they can do so without chasing titles. That shouldn't, we need Charlotte Flair specifically to hit a different mark where chasing titles is not her identity. She can use this to establish something new. I don't care if Charlotte Flair and Becky, they got a little rivalry outside of WWE, in real life because, obviously they both want to be the best, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about nobody's feelings. When it's time to cut that check and when your boss tell you to do something, you do it. I think this would be good for wrestling and good for these three characters. So I would call them the establishment. Why would I call them the establishment? Because they are established. Look up the definition of what it means to be established. These three women have been, mainstays in the company for some time. Alexa Bliss has been out, because she had a kid, and congratulations to Alexa Bliss, but now she's back. And all three of these women have a different story that could bring them together. As soon as I saw Alexa Bliss and Charlotte with this segment, I was like, wait, what's about to go on here? She like, yo, let me talk to you for a second. I'm like, hold on. I don't want to see, I don't want to see them feud, if I'm going to be completely honest. And I don't want to see a situation where either they're gonna try to make Charlotte a face or Alexa just straight up heel and blah blah blah. Them as a tag team would be interesting and new, but I think this faction could be better because think about this. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch's booking has literally been mirroring each other and they're both complaining about the same thing almost. Think about this. Charlotte Flair came back to put over the younger talent, Tiffany Stratton. She did her job. Becky Lynch came back to put over the younger talent, Lyra Valkyria. She did her job, and they both well, more so Charlotte is more real life where, well, actually Becky too. The fans, the reception of them is basically go home now. Even though a lot of fans have called for Becky Lynch to come back, but when she comes back, they're like, go away. And Charlotte Flair, she's been gone for so long, she expected a warm reception, and that's not the case. People were saying the Nepo baby, go away. And they're both like, yo, without us, this company wouldn't be anything. We're the pillars of women's wrestling. And y'all going to disrespect me like that? And they're both in that similar boat. I would say Charlotte Flair's disappointment is it's obvious that was going to happen. I didn't think she was going to come back as a face, and I think WWE secretly knew that the fans were going to be receptive. But Becky Lynch, is a very interesting one because even though she kayfabe turned heel, there was still whispers in the WWE and wrestling fandom that Becky Lynch being back is a bad idea. I hope she doesn't beat Lyra. She sucks. She's only been the man. Blah blah blah. They both have justifiable reasons why they should be mad with the wrestling fans now. How does Alexa Bliss factor into this? She needs to be mad at the powers that be. You brought me back just for me to sit on the sidelines because the YS6 are not available. And the only person that's not available is Bo Dallas, aka Uncle Howdy. So Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross could just be doing something without Uncle Howdy. But Alexa Bliss had to sit on the sidelines through WrestleMania season for the last couple of months or so after you brought her back at Royal Rumble. And now she just came back to tag team with Zelina Vega, which was cool and it was fun. I love me some Zelina Vega, but let's make one thing clear. I was looking forward to Alexa Bliss in the YS6 situation show. The establishment is fighting against. You have Becky and Charlotte fighting against the fans. You have Alexa Bliss fighting against the higher ups, the upper establishment, the company, the machine. And they all need each other because they need to fight different opponents in order to be successful, not only in the ring, but outside the ring. Alexa Bliss, the fans are still going to love Alexa Bliss no matter what. They loved her when she was the goddess. Nothing Alexa Bliss's do, people aren't going to boo it. So you remember that feeling you got when Damage Control first formed at SummerSlam? Imagine the feeling you'll get when you'll see Becky and Charlotte hug it out, shake hands, and then Alexa Bliss is at the center of it. You see, there's no leader per se, but Alexa Bliss is going to be the one calling the shots because Charlotte and Becky are still arguing and bickering, and they still have that history where Alexa Bliss can bring them together. And not only that, they need one another to beat each other's opponents. Becky couldn't beat Lyra. Charlotte couldn't beat Tiffany. Becky has beaten Tiffany Stratton before, if I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken? Even though, Tiffany did what she had to do, but Becky can get Tiffany's number, whereas Lyra is not ready for a beast like Charlotte.
Mm-hmm. Neither is Liv Morgan.
Lyra against Charlotte. Charlotte might be a big problem for Lyra because it's opposites. I don't know if you guys used to watch the Power Rangers, but it was the Power Rangers versus the Psycho Rangers, something like that. They had to switch opponents in order to beat one another because they couldn't hang. The Blue Ranger couldn't hang with the Blue Ranger. You know what I'm saying? So you do that, and then there's an opponent in the waiting. Alexa Bliss, if Nikki Cross would have came back, that would have been fine. But there's an opponent in the waiting, Jade Cargill. We're gonna get Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair. However, Jade Cargill, she can clash with a Nia Jax. She can clash with a bigger beast. But how would she clash with an unorthodox Alexa Bliss? Someone so small, she just thinks she could go in and just pick her up and do this. But Alexa Bliss has that supernatural element that could throw Jade Cargill off her square. So imagine this, Lyra and Tiffany, two champions, they about to link up. They say, you know what, Jade, come help us take them out. The establishment, we could take them out together. But when they have the one-on-one matches, they switch the order last second. Lyra thinks she about to go against Becky. Tiffany thinks she about to go against Charlotte, and whatever the case may be, they just switch, and then that's why they can't get over the hump. That's why the establishment actually beats them, because the establishment understands that in order to win, you must adapt, which the young girls aren't ready for. And I would like to see a match at Survivor Series 3-on-3, six-man tag team match, because War Games, let's give War Games back to NXT. I think Survivor Series needs to go back to captain, team, stable, but it don't got to be in a War Games or a cage match. I mean, we've done it for enough years now where we can get back to form, and I just think that this story will be a great story to tell. Because think about it, all of them are in a position now where, you don't really need the belts. Like if Becky, the only justification I would have got Becky to beat Lyra is Lyra was gonna go on to win Money in the Bank or Queen of the Ring, which I don't think Queen of the Ring is gonna happen this year round. And then on the opposite end, if Charlotte would have beat Tiffany, I would only wanted that to go see Charlotte versus Jade, but we're gonna get Charlotte versus Jade regardless. And like I said, Alexa Bliss has nothing to do until Uncle Howdy. I don't know why Uncle Howdy has to this. I understand, but I don't know what his injury is. But he can't just sit in a chair and rock back and forth. And Nikki Cross is the one that's pulling the strings and really going after Alexa Bliss. Blah blah blah. You don't got Braun Strowman there anymore, but supposedly he's gonna come back for just storyline purposes sometimes. Like it's too much, man. Alexa Bliss needs something active to do. And if they're gonna go with Charlotte and Alexa as a pair, you know what I'm saying? Maybe to go after the Women's Tag Team Championships or just cause havoc, that's cool. But when y'all like to see the stable come to fruition, the establishment, the three established women, and Bailey is the outsider. We're not doing no full horsewomen and replacing Mercedes Moné. We know where your loyalty lies, Bailey, and we're gonna take you out just like Becky did. We're gonna take you out even more now. So then you could have, and I don't know if you guys remember, in when ECW first came back, ECW WWE version, you had the ECW originals versus the New Blood or whatever they were called. I forgot what they were called. Where Elijah Burke, Marcus Corvon, Kevin, was it Kevin Thorne, and they ended up getting CM Punk to join that one time against Tommy Dreamer and them boys. Sandman, rest in peace, Sabu. Let's do something like that. You know, like I said, we got Lyra, we got Tiffany. They might need to recruit somebody unorthodox who you think wouldn't join them, but that's how you could get a Roxanne Perez to turn face. That's how you get a Roxanne Perez back on the fan side. Roxanne Perez is the one that could beat Alexa Bliss. I mean, they went at it in Elimination Chamber, did they not? So that'll be something that'll be a sight to see, wouldn't it? And it makes sense story-wise as well. Tell me I'm not cooking. If I'm not cooking, man, I'll go put my what SpongeBob using my spatula. I'll go put it back in the dresser, up in the drawer, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I'm really thinking that because like the parallels are right there. Becky and Charlotte are essentially complaining about the same thing. And then you got Alexa Bliss, who should be complaining to the higher ups, TKO, Triple H, Nick Aldis, because well, you're not giving me nothing. I came back for no reason. I could have stayed home with my kid because I was still employed on WWE anyway. I could have just kept getting the bag, but now I'm brought back to work, nothing matches. You know what I'm saying? Like I really think that this can be something monumental. Make sure y'all drink y'all seltzer water.
All right, guys, I wanted to take a quick break right here. I wanted to let you guys know that Raquel got her new merch out, dog. Look at these shirts. God damn. Now, the price is kind of bad, but hey, we got free shipping with the code on the bottom, so you already know. So y'all better cop these shirts, because you already know I'm going to put the link on the bio, because you know we got to support our homegirl, Raquel, because this girl is on fire. And these shirts are off the Heezy for Sheezy, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead and cop those merch. I'm going to put the link down below, and you already know. So let's get back to the video. Raquelio!
Like I really think this could be something, and in the end, of course, in the end, the end game is always going to be Becky versus Charlotte to me. I want to see Becky versus Charlotte at WrestleMania before it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? Just one more clash, that one more banger for the nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? And then Alexa Bliss, I mean, a triple threat match would be fine as well. That don't gotta be at the next WrestleMania, but a triple threat matches, period, would be fine. You know, they implode, their egos start to take over again once the opportunity to have a title match comes up. But Becky, Charlotte as tag team champions, and then Alexa Bliss is the third champion, whether that be she could be United States champion. I wouldn't mind her taking the belt off of Zelina Vega or something like that. Or maybe she's the one who got to take out Lyra. Maybe Lyra can't deal with her. She's the women's Intercontinental Champion. You just have them running amok, man. I don't think there's been some good women's factions. We're not gonna get the bloodline. I know y'all want the women's version of the bloodline, but if Tamina can't get involved, there's no point in just having Naomi and Nia Jax with no Tamina. I'm sorry. The bloodline has to be a multi-person group. Um, but we haven't had a women's faction that really excited me personally, since Damage Control. Pure Fusion Collective could have been tough. They didn't do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like we really didn't have a women's faction that really stood out. What is the women's faction version of NWO, of DX? I can't think of one. I think this could be the women's faction of, you know what I'm saying, that give you an evolution type of feel that could really get us going, man. So that's what I want to see personally. But like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for love and support as always. Hope you guys enjoy enjoyed this video today. Let me know if I was cooking, or let me know if your boy was burning the souffle. But thank you guys so much, man. I really do appreciate the love. We're on the road to 10K subs, and just like the video, share it with somebody, bro. I think I just came up with some good booking, in my opinion. But I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace out.
Well, I mean, that is a good idea. I mean, I don't have a problem with that fraction, but however, I just don't know how you can get these three to get along unless you got something in motion. Like, I still want Alexa Bliss to face Liv Morgan just so we could teach her about the word accountability and loyalty, you know what I'm saying? But to have Alexa Bliss, team up with Charlotte to go against Liv and Raquel, I mean, look, I'm still trying to figure out how that's going to work. Hey, if Alexa Bliss can just at least expose the Judgment Day for what it is, and then just have Charlotte, don't say nothing. I would still like that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I don't have a problem with Charlotte and Alexa teaming up. Just don't let ego get involved. Because one thing about Charlotte and Becky, and is that those two got ego. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how this is going to work. But if they can go after some mid-card titles, that's good, because that way they can let the other women elevate. But I wouldn't mind to see a tag team match with Tiffany and Lyra teaming up. I just wonder who's going to face Alexa Bliss. I mean, does it have to be Roxanne? Because we still got to figure out what Finn Balor is going to do with Roxanne. I mean, I still want her to be, I definitely want her to be face. But if she become face, then Dom has to be face too. And Liv can't be face. She has to be heel. So, I hope that we can prove the people in the comment box wrong, that Liv Morgan is still gonna be heel and Dom's gonna be face, and then hopefully Roxanne can be face, and then it can work out from there, and then they can form a fraction with Raquel and Carlito. But the only way that could happen is if nothing interferes. And right now, so far it's been 2 Mondays and nothing has changed. So I don't know what's gonna go down, but yeah, I mean, I'm down to see that fraction down the road, but to see it right now, look, can we just wait till Evolution, please? Because honestly, I'm just trying to see how this is going to work. So Charlotte versus Alexa. So Charlotte teaming up with Alexa to go against Liv and Raquel. That's cool. But Liv is not here right now. So how about we just wait until next month, and then we'll see how it goes. Because people are trying to say, oh, Liv Morgan's coming back next weekend. She's coming back next week. No. Okay? I just found out that we don't really have an update of when she's coming back. Okay? We really don't have no update. So, if anything, she's most likely going to be gone for a month, which is good, because Finn Balor needs more time to plan. Okay? So, hopefully, I don't see Liv Morgan next Monday. Not because I don't want her back. I'm just saying it's not a good time right now. So, Triple H, you need to call Liv Morgan and say, hey, listen, we need 2 more weeks. You know what I'm saying? Just come back next month, and then, we'll wait for you then. All right? Come back at, like, June 2nd, so that way we can, continue to go on with this plot that Finn Balor has and to continue with the storyline, because, honestly, we don't need you right now, all right? Focus on your movie. Focus on those animals that you have in your backyard, and, like I said, you don't got to go home, but you definitely can't come back to work. And you say, no, I want to come back to work. You're working right now. You're doing a movie. All right? Work on the movie. All right? While we focus on the Spin and Dom storyline. So, yeah. So hopefully we'll see her next month. But to see her right now, no, it's too early. Okay? Too early. Raquel and Carlito are going to have their little date night, and we don't need you interrupting. Okay? So can you just stay away for at least 2 weeks? All right? We need to continue with this plot. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, what do you guys think, man? Do you want to see Alexa and Charlotte and Becky team up to go against the new stars like Lyra and Tiffany and whoever willing to team up with them? I don't know. Y'all comment down below and let me know. I mean, I think that would be good right there. Yeah. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah, good plan. But we gotta wait till Survivor Series? Well, No rush, no rush. But y'all comment down below and let me know, all right? In the comment box, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share if you're new. And I'll catch y'all in the next video, okay? I'm out.